Alright, it's November 5th, back out here at the CRP farm. I decided this afternoon to come over to the northwest side of the property. And I did that for a few reasons. I've still got a couple of target bucks that are bedded up in the timber on this northwest side. And the target buck that I saw and had an encounter with last night, he came out of that east side, but he filtered all the way down into the bottom of the CRP where these does were, and he started chasing a bunch of does. And a lot of these does on this west side, they're coming out of the timber and they're milling, feeding right around here. That's kind of the plan now. It's a nice afternoon, another bluebird sky, high pressure, another kind of north wind. It's kind of north-northeast. And, November 5th, you never know what's going to happen. I keep saying that, but it's just so true. And it's going to be a good afternoon. I'm looking forward to it. November 7th, it's about 10 a.m. We've had a good hunt so far. I've seen a bunch of deer, a handful of bucks, a couple of nice 3-year-olds, nice 2-year-old, but nothing mature up on its feet yet that I've seen. So I came up here on this west side knowing it's going to get the sun first right off the bat this morning. Thermals would rise, and it's actually worked out perfect. I've had deer all over me, and I haven't been winded yet, so I just need a big mature buck to show up and play ball. So this time of year it's more about just logging those hours, so that's the plan. That's what we're going to do, and we'll check back here later. Alright, as you can see, back in the truck doing a closing. I apologize. Once again, had deer in the area and I had to just kind of sneak out of there so I didn't disturb things. It was a good hunt. It was pretty slow this afternoon. Saw a lot of bucks though, all in all. Just not any bucks that we were after. But anyway, hopefully back in here tomorrow, CRP farm, and maybe we can get an arrow in that buck. That's the plan. Alright, it's about 3:30 a.m. About to head out to the CRP farm. It is Monday, November 15th, third day of Kentucky's rifle season. The last few weeks I've seen a lot of mature bucks out on this CRP farm. I just haven't quite been able to get in there and close the distance on them. The first 2 days of the rifle season, again, saw a lot of mature bucks, saw a lot of chasing, several mature bucks locked down with does, which is about par for the course this time of the year here in Kentucky. We're probably right at that peak lockdown, but there's so many does out there that even though we're at that peak lockdown, I still anticipate seeing some of our mature bucks up on their feet searching for some does, so I'm not too discouraged by that. Conditions are good. It's going to be about 24 degrees this morning. The wind is not ideal, but I'm going to go to the west side of the property, that sunglasses stand where Josh killed his mature buck out of in the muzzleloader season. And one of the main reasons I'm going there is because, like I said, the wind's not ideal, but being on the west side of the property, kind of the highest elevation there too, the sun hits it right off the bat early in the morning, so thermals are really a huge advantage there. Thermals will start rising as soon as that sun peaks over the horizon, so it allows you to get in there with not such an optimal wind, so that's the plan. Anyway, looking forward to a great morning. Like I said, 24 degrees, pretty cool out. I anticipate seeing some good movement. Just had, I think, our number 2 buck. He came right in under me. I didn't even hear him. He kind of came behind me and under me. I had him at 20 yards at one time and couldn't get a shot, and then he walked straight away from me. Oh, it was so wild. He finally turned broadside like about 150 yards out there, and I think I put a good shot at him. He ran about 20 yards and kind of just stood there. He looked hurt, but good grief, what a hunt. I've had deer all over me since the word go. I haven't even been able to do an intro yet. Whew, man, it just never gets old. Never gets old. I tell you, these deer have been a step ahead of me out here so far this season. I was after them pretty hard with the bow. Hunted a lot of days, a lot of dark to dark sets the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And I had a lot of cool encounters with some mature deer, just never could quite get it done. They've been just a step ahead this year, and finally all came together this morning, and couldn't be more happy. It's a big old mature 9-point, known as the Wide 9. Not a great original name there, but sure am glad to have him in my hands here.
Hey everybody, it's November the 6th, and it's an absolutely beautiful morning here in Georgia. We had about 39 or 40 degrees this morning. Got a really light northeast wind, which is perfect for this box blind where I wanted to come this morning. I'm sitting on a big clover plot. It's a long linear clover plot. And I've got the decoy straight out in front of me. I don't have pictures of a shooter or anything remotely close to a shooter over here on this plot, but on November the 6th, you never know what you may see. I'm gonna try to sit late. We've been getting pictures pretty late on our cutting links between 10 and 12 the last few mornings. Bucks out chasing does and on the prowl. I've got everything pretty much set up. Got some windows cleaned. Now just wait on the deer to come back. Hopefully I'm gonna show you a bunch of deer this morning. Probably no big bucks, but hopefully a bunch of deer. Wish me luck. You never know how does are gonna react to a decoy. Sometimes they don't really pay them much attention. Sometimes they just really don't like them and act like they've lost their mind. This block is quite a bit of use during the day. It's mainly clover, a little bit of brassica in it, a little bit of oats. It's puffing up now. Turned a little bit. Small 8 coming in to check out Bucky. He's still probably 100 yards away. He's eyeballing him. Well, it's almost noon. Got a few more minutes and I'm gonna call it a day. Haven't seen a deer probably in an hour, so unless something pops up here shortly, I'm gonna call it a day, and Bucky and I are going to get some lunch. Hopefully everybody's in the woods having good luck. If not, stick with it. See you next time.